What's up guys, this is Sean and welcome to another episode of the iherng podcast, and today we will do a question from email. This is from Julia, right? Hi Sean, I'm Jul from Malacca. I have been following your YouTube channel for quite some time and I think I watch all of your videos due to your very informative content and suit my interests. FYI, I recently bought a landed house in Malacca and I'm a first time buyer. I already signed the SPA and during the process, I didn't really read the entire agreement and I just simply signed. My biggest mistake. 1 week after I signed my SPA, my lawyer finally handed over the completed SPA to me. And only after that I read my SPA line by line, just one part of the agreement that made me really not satisfied. I noticed the developer didn't provide full details on the approved building plans. Furthermore, from the front and back elevation drawings is without any dimensions. And the worst part, section plans drawing is missing and developer provides a floor plan with 2265 drawing, but the house that I bought is actually 2280. The next day I went to the developer's office and asked regarding the floor plan. They admitted their mistake, that they provide the wrong building plans and they promised me to amend it ASAP. The main point I'm writing this email to you is I need your help to advise me what is the standard approved building plan that developers should provide in SPA according to the rules and regulation in Malaysia. I believe they should provide very detailed drawings with dimensions, right? Appreciate that you can show me the sample plan so I can have a better view. Thanks in advance for your help. Looking forward for your reply. By the way, sorry for the lengthy email, haha. Best regards, Jul. So first of all, Jul, thank you very much for the email and I really appreciate it, right? Your question is about building plans and what is governing them and how do they translate into the SPA and what you should look out for. So for a developer to submit drawings, right? First of all, they will need to submit this drawing called KM, which is Kebenaran Merancang, also called development order, where they just submit in the massing. So okay, today I will submit in, right? So everything is still in very rough estimation, like okay, there's like 300 over units here, 12 retails here, the entrance is going to be here, the exit is going to be here. The building height and form is the most important thing during this stage. Then after that is approved, only they will be submitting in this drawing called building plans. So building plans, right, is where, like you say, it's a very detailed drawing. And at this stage, the drawings will be very detailed and it's translated into the SPA that purchasers sign. After that, when the building plan is approved, then only they will get their APDL, Advertising Permit and Developer's License. At the same time of building plans, they will need to get this approval called SAI first in the new Strata Management Act. It means, right, last time when we submit drawings, right, like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So I will just build phase 1 first. Phase 2 and 3, I will just leave it, right? So developers can actually just leave it for future development. I still remember years ago, right, when I go to sales gallery, hey, what's this land going to be? Future development. You don't know what's going to build. But now with the new Strata Management Act, right, you need to spell out everything that is going to be built. So even if I buy phase 1, I know 612 units will be built on phase 2 and 3 accurately. So that has been a hindrance and now developers will need to plan way ahead. But that's also a risk for developers. We will talk about that later. After that, you'll reach the tender drawings. Tender drawings is when you need to specify things very clearly. For tendering process, I need to know the quantity of windows, how many windows, what are the sizes of the windows, and to indicate those windows, right, there will be this thing called schedule, where how many type A of window, type B window, type C window in a unit, and then you times don't know how many units, and I will call a tender for people to build it. After that, you have the construction drawings. This one is brick wall, you need to hatch separately. This one is concrete, this one is different materials. Then only you have the detailed drawings of special joints. They also call it the shop drawings, where like this window joint and this floor joint, how do they join and how do they prevent, how do they apply the waterproof layer and things like that. So those are levels of drawings that in a normal circumstance they will submit and get it approved. So as a consumer, what you really need to know is only the SPA drawing and the building plan drawing. So the SPA drawing is adopted from whatever submitted during the building plans. So if you look into a SPA today, roughly they will just give you the number of rooms, the width and the length. that's about it. They won't tell you in exact how big and how wide is each and every room, because that is a legit document. Just like common areas, they will tell you that this swimming pool kinda looks like this. But on site, anything can happen, right? So sometimes when constructions are being done, things may not be as accurate as we think. Also, back in the days where I think it was less regulated, 990 square feet unit, right, can be 890 square feet because the contractors got one grid line wrong during construction. So suddenly, like your unit 2275, right, suddenly because of the boundary line, when they do survey, they made a mistake by I don't know how many degrees. Suddenly your land lose 200 over square feet in terms of land area. Hence, from a developer's point of view, I will put the bare minimum as per required by the government in the SPA. I will not because that is a form of commitment. If you really look into the SPA as well, all the materials detailed out in the agreement, right, are also very vague, like reinforced concrete. Okay lor. They will not put like what model at what horsepower. They will not put things like that, because 3 years later, right, things very hard to say what's going to happen in the future. Hence, in the SPA, you only get rough estimation like 22, which is your width, 65 is your length. That's about it. And that seems to be the market norm. If you were to request, right, I want to check every dimension of every room, I guess they will not provide. What's going to happen if I were to provide you this drawing, right? Let's say the wall is off by 5 mm. I'm still breaching the contract and you can sue me. Why would a developer want to do that? They will still want to safeguard themselves. Hence, the drawings in the SPA is as simple as per required. Right, they will not put anything extra. It's the bare minimum. But in your case, it's a mistake, right? Because maybe the lawyer put in the wrong drawings. Because like your one is landed, I think it's still fine lah. But if you were to check on a high-rise apartment, right? Let's say you signed the wrong unit number, right? So I think what we can learn here is also very important. Please check the SPA. So there's a video up there, I will just link it up here. Do check the important parts, right? So for those who are buying new properties, you don't have to worry as much because all new SPAs are standardized, right? All almost the same one, only the numbers change. But if you're buying a sub-sale, then every SPA is different. Okay, so you need to read your SPA when you buy sub-sale a little bit more careful. So I think that's all, Joe. Thank you very much for writing this email. And for those who still have any questions, do just email me at taniherng@gmail.com, or you can just DM me, Instagram, iherng, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao.